To Catherine's garden and home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Well, it is a warm day. I think it's like 87 degrees out here on my deck in the Boston area. I am here in zone 6. It could be 6B or 6A. But Zone 6 in the New England area, in the Northeast, in the Boston area. And I'm here at my urban English style cottage garden. And that is what I call it. It's just very nice, it's very free flowing, and I like it that way. I have been doing some harvesting, as you can see, and just going around looking at what is available and just picking enough. I haven't done like big harvest sessions like I did in the past, but just enough for the day. I think I want to like keep things on the vine or allow them to mature even more, but I do want to eat my vegetables fresh. So I've been enjoying the process of harvesting every single day, just going out and picking what I need to take from garden to table. And I found that that has been just a wonderful way to go about enjoying the garden every single day, going outside and being intentional about what I want to pick, what I want to eat, and then just really thinking about the different meals and how I can try something new. So I have really been looking at the vegetables and seeing what other people have been doing on YouTube, and also enjoying the different recipes, online recipes. And then I also went to my local grocery store, and there they had the supermarket magazine of different foods and things that you can, uh, things you can purchase to put together for summer meals. But then finding a lot of those same ingredients naturally in my garden. And I know that my garden produce is fresh, same day picking, same day eating. That is such a wonderful thing. I see that somebody has joined me. I'm going to have to put on my glasses. These are my old glasses, but they work, so I don't mind one bit. But how are you doing, and how's everyone doing? If you are watching, come on in the chat and join me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Yeah, and come and join me and say hello. Don't leave me here by myself, talking to myself. No, I'm not good at that. Here in the lives, I do enjoy your presence in the lives. So come and join me here in the lives. And I think, oh, gardens are me, Bev. Good evening, Miss Catherine. Table looking scrumptious. Yes, yes, it is. Thank you for being there, and thank you for coming on in. And I have a lot to talk about too, about the table. I actually wanted to fill it up with some more things, but it wouldn't be able to hold all of the beautiful goodies that I have been harvesting and wanting to harvest. So how are you doing, Bev? Are you harvesting things? What are you doing? I know you are. And you have a beautiful garden. So what are some of the things that you have been pulling together? And what are some of the delicious meals that you have been eating? I know you have. I know your family can't wait to come over and sit at your table and dine with you. Yes, I know that that is true. Anyway, so yeah, share with me. Yeah, so if you could see here, I have some pumpkins and different winter squash. Today I harvested those two pumpkins that you see in the basket. And those are sweet pumpkins. Those are my um, sweet pie pumpkins. So I need to go and get me some pie shells and things like that. Hey Sonia, how are you, sweet? How you doing? Yeah, and I was just so happy. I've been watching those pumpkins because I really wanted them to ripen on the vine. And they did a great job. When I looked in and I peered and I saw where they were because they're like tucked in, they're tucked in a underneath some other things that had fallen on them. And when I saw them, they were ready. It looked like they were ready, and I could reach them. And I just went in and I grabbed it out. Hey, G Mama. Hey, retired gardener. Hey, everybody. I'm talking about my beautiful little sweet pumpkins. These are pie pumpkins. And the seeds were from Johnny Seeds. I had actually bought them last year and planted the rest of them out. And so this is one. It's a good size, a little size, and enough puree so that I can make the pumpkin, fresh pumpkin. And then here's the other one. This one's a little bit bigger. This will probably make me 2 pies with this. And there's nothing like fresh puree from the pumpkin, you know? And what you do is you bake it, and you bake the pumpkin, you put it in the oven, you bake it, you roast it down, and then you take it and you put it in your food processor and mix it up with all kinds of things. And there's so many pumpkin pie recipes in the on the internet, and everybody has their own little take on it. And I'm sure every single one of them has their own special flavor. Um, Retired Gardener says, wow, when did you get those pumpkins planted this year? Yes, I planted pumpkins this year in spring. Yeah, I started the little seedlings and I put it out in the garden. And it's amazing because where I planted the pumpkins, it doesn't look like it's a lot, you know, like because the seedlings are just so tiny. And then when you put them down, I'm thinking, well, I have all this space. But the next thing you know it, the pumpkins just start trailing all over the place. And they just take up all this space. And they actually knocked down, the pumpkins, the vines, knocked down my corn. Look at that. I, I picked the corn over there too. Because I was trying the Three Sisters method. Yeah, G Mama, you know what I'm talking about, the Three Sisters method, or anyone, where you have corn, you plant corn, and then you plant your pumpkins or your squash vine plants underneath, and then you plant your beans. And I tried it with the squash and the pumpkin, and the corn, and nice, yes indeed, said Mama. Yes. And so you changed your name? Let's see. G Mama Grows. Harden the garden. Harden. Hard in the garden. Okay. G Mama Grows hard in the garden. Oh wow, you extended your name. But we know you as G Mama Grows. Hard in the garden. Yes. And retired gardener, how are you all? Sonia and everyone. It is a little hot over here in this area. Um, and the temperatures have been going up, and the next couple of days the temperatures are going to be in the high 80s and into the 90s, you know. And so everything is, it's last week or the week before, it was cool. You could really feel fall coming. But this week, it's like we went back into the summer mode. Monica, hi Catherine, hi everyone in the chat, garden friends. Yes, Monica, how are you? Yes, it's so good to have you come and join. It wouldn't be a chat without you, Monica. Actually, it wouldn't be a chat without each and every one of you. Who would I talk to if I didn't have Sonia, G Mama Grows, Bev, and Retired Gardener, and everybody. Yes, and you, Monica. Yes, so it is so good to have you come and join me today. Yeah, so I was talking about the pumpkin and the corn, and I got another corn too, but this one was very dry. And what had happened was that the corn was either something trampled down my corn, or and also the vines pulled down the corn, and I thought I wasn't gonna get any corn. And when I was looking for pumpkin there, I saw this corn, and I said, "This looks like it's ready to pick." And it was. Now, when I had planted the corn over in that section, I kind of planted it in layers. I had my first planting of corn, and they've dried out. Then I had a second layer of corn that I planted, and they're now forming the corn, and they're actually green, and that's what um, I just picked. And then I had another layer of corn. But something came through. I don't know what it is. But I'm just so glad to at least get these few, and I think there's a few more left. Next year, I'm going to have to do better. I'm going to have to try something better and protect my corn. Hey, Deborah, how are you? How are you doing? How's everything? I had already actually harvested one of the corn before, and it tasted so good, but it was so small. It was like this big. But it was so good, very, very delicious. And then, of course, I'm continuing to harvest my zucchini. And this is really the last, I think, of the zucchini harvest now going on. And it's kind of tough. But I find if I peel the zucchini and grate it, that it's very moist and wet and juicy. And then also, I love the zucchini. I've been juicing my zucchini and adding ginger, and I had some carrots. Someone had given me some carrots. I added carrots to it, so I had carrot juice and ginger with the zucchini juice as the base and foundation, and it is really, really good. And they say zucchini is good for you. So these zucchini won't go to waste. I will just juice them because juicing them, it uses up a lot of the that whole zucchini there. That's like 1 or 2 of 8 to 16 ounces of juice, which is really good. And I just drink it down. I can't start drinking. I can't stop, especially if I freeze the zucchini. Like if it's cold. When I say freeze, put it in the refrigerator overnight and then juice it in the morning. It acts like, it's because it's so full of water, it acts like ice, It's cool. It's refreshing. Very, very, very refreshing. Let me read some of your comments here. I think Bev made a comment here that I missed. She was saying about what she's growing, because I was asking about that. What did you say, Bev? Oh, yes. Bev says, doing well. Harvest some tomatoes and beans, potatoes, and garlic. Wow. See, now those are some of the things that I have not pursued, which is planting garlic and potato. I didn't get to the potato this year. Of course, the tomatoes. And what was the other thing? Tomatoes, beans. Yeah, my string beans were pretty good. I harvested some of them, but I didn't plant enough of them. So I am planting for fall gardening. I'm planting some bush beans, string beans, and we'll see how they go. I'll let you know more about that as the season progresses. I'll let you know about my fall gardening. Yes, I decided that I'm going to do a little fall gardening here. So you'll be hearing more about that as we go along. But yes, I've been enjoying my little tomatoes. You see the tomatoes, the little cherry tomatoes? As I walk the garden, and as I'm harvesting and looking for things to harvest, I just munch on those cherry tomatoes. But they taste so good also in the salad. And they're actually sweet like candy, especially if you get it really ripe. But you don't want to wait too, like this. This is a sweet 100s. But you don't want to wait too long to pick it because if it rains, it will split. And if it splits, then, I don't really want to be eating it. But you get it just right like that and pick it fresh as you are out there and just pop it in your mouth. It's like a burst of joy. Yes, it is. And I have a few there that I'm going to add to my salads. Then the other thing that I have here too, peppers, jalapeno peppers. I like to pick it green like this because it's not as hot. And then you don't want to eat the seeds. So it has a crunch and a bite to it. And it's not too hot. But I have some red ones there. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about where I'm going to put those red jalapeno peppers in, which kind of dish and how much. Because I don't want to burn my mouth. How much? Do any of you like peppers? Do you like peppers? Yes, Monica, my bam bam. Yeah, that's really the last of the zucchini. Oh, actually, that's not true. I have about 3 more left out on the plant, and I actually cut it back, and I'm gonna let it reflush out. You like peppers, Sonia? Yes. Hello, everyone. Miss T with the T. How are you, Miss T? How you doing? Thank you for coming and joining us here. Okay, let me go back and see what you all are harvesting. Um, let's see, what else are you harvesting? Put it in the chat. The corn looks good. Yes, Sonia, the corn does look good. And I think growing corn is not that hard, really. It's just that you have to have it in the right location. And when you're harvesting it, because it pollinates, they pollinate one another. You have to grow them all together in the same area and kind of like grow them in rows of 4 or so, four in a grid sort of way so that they can harvest one another. They can pollinate one another. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Monica says, I'm harvesting tomatoes, bunching onions, popcorn, kale, and Swiss chard. Go ahead, Monica. Monica, you are having a blast. You're having so much fun in your garden. And your garden is producing for you. How excited. How exciting for you, Monica. You're doing a great job. Yes. Uh, Beverly said, I did plant some ginger in a pot, and the leaves are looking so good and green. Yes, I'll have ginger later in the season. We shall see. Yes, you will. You will have ginger later in this season because it's a root plant. And I grew ginger last year. I tried to grow. There's so much I wanted to do this year. Oh my goodness. I did want to plant ginger, and I think I started to do it, but I did it the wrong way. I wasn't as diligent with it as I was supposed to be. And but last year I grew ginger, and that ginger, fresh ginger, there's nothing like fresh ginger than the ginger that has been sitting in the stores for days and days and weeks and so forth. The fresh ginger coming out of your ground, when you boil it or cook it or put it in whatever it is so potent. You don't need a lot of it. It is, and you could tell the freshness. I am so hooked now on fresh vegetables and fresh greens. I'm just really hooked. The compost soil. Well, my husband has been composting the soil with the leaves from the trees in my yard. In my yard, I have a lot of oak trees and maple trees and older trees. So in the fall, the trees fall, and so we have the leaves that we've been composting over winter and over time being here, as well as grass clippings as he cuts the lawn. He adds that, and he has his own way of composting. His mother had a farm, and they had their own way of composting things. So he does it his own style, and so we use that. This year, I did not get any compost from the landscaping company that I had before in the past. A couple of years, last year and the year before that, I actually ordered in compost. But this year I did not do that because our compost had now started to form. But we did buy bags of topsoil. He bought a couple of bags of topsoil from Lowe's, and we would supplement that. And then I did use potting soil when I was starting my seedlings and things like that. And then, yeah, awesome. I used to throw apple peels and bananas in the soil, by, but not this year. Yeah, yeah. Banana peels are great for like roses. Rose bushes love the potassium from the banana, so I would do that. That's what has actually, I believe, helped my rose bushes to come back, because I did that. I would throw the bananas um, in the ground and around surrounding my rose bushes, my Eden climbing rose and my Cornelia climber rose that had died back, and they are coming back really well. So that's a good thing to do. Supreme Gardener, I don't know if you know him, but he does very much believe in composting your kitchen scraps and vegetables and things that you haven't, that you have, and just burying them around his different trees and plants and things, and letting it decompose into the soil. He's a strong believer in doing that. So yes, it came back after dying the season before. Let me read some of your chat. Miss T, with the T, she says, "Hello, I'm well, and yes, I enjoy peppers." Yeah, you love the sweet peppers. Deborah says, "I like sweet peppers." Yeah, I planted a lot of sweet peppers and the jalapeno peppers, but the sweet peppers, it seemed like they grew earlier in the season, but right now the jalapeno peppers are ready to be harvested, or they're growing now, and so that's why I'm enjoying them now. Um, but my husband, as I said, we kind of changed our style of harvesting. Instead of harvesting everything at once, we have been harvesting as we go along. As we need the meat, need the different produce in our cooking, we've been harvesting them. So when I go out to harvest, um, the peppers and the tomatoes, I would just take just enough for the day, unless they're very, very ripe. Like this one. This one is very ripe, and this is going to be delicious in a sandwich or in a salad. This tomato was ripened on the vine. Delicious. Gonna be delicious. So in the past, I would pick them like this, and then I still do, as you can see, and then let it ripen in the kitchen, on the kitchen table, and that's good too. But there's nothing like the red tomatoes ripened on the vine when you're picking it red. And because we haven't had any rain or much rain this week, really hadn't any rain this week. We've just had warm temperatures. It's a little humid, and the sun is shining. The tomato's going to taste delicious. Um, and But you could tell that it was starting to want to split, because last week we had rain. And whenever you have rain um, like that, the tomatoes become very watery and they're susceptible to splitting. Yeah, so, you just have to catch it at the right time. G Mama says, I just harvested my Paul Robeson and they're very meaty without many seeds. That's good. So you go for the name brand, huh? What do they call them? The heirloom tomatoes? That's good, that's good. So that means that you start your tomatoes from seed. I don't start my tomatoes from seed. I get them from, uh, I I buy them from as seedlings, little seedlings from my community gardener, who every year she comes out and she has already started the tomatoes and the peppers for us, and her plants are very solid, very reliable. But that's very very good. Monica says it's real fell off 104 here in zone 6B. Woo! PA. Wow, that's hot. Wow, 104. We have not hit the hundreds here in the New England area. Thank God. The retired gardener says, love heirloom tomatoes. I started from seed early because they take forever. Yes, and I don't really have the patience for that. And then, my setup. You see my little greenhouse there. It's not a, it's not a, I don't really have the setup for that. So I don't mind supporting the local, um, and I love these tomatoes because each year she's starting to add different types of tomatoes. Usually I would get Big Boy, Early Girl, and the Sweet 100s. She had another kind, um, the Sun Golden, the little cherry Sun Goldens. Those are good. Those are good. So, and then she got this other kind, something Star. I can't remember the name right at the moment, but yeah. So I've been trying to try and the Roma. Yeah, I've been trying some of her new varieties that she's added to the mix, and so it's made it very interesting. The tomatoes are really good. So this pumpkin or this winter squash is from my ski seeds that I saved last year from the last couple of years. This is one winter squash, and it's good. And this is good in soups and stews and things like that. And even baking it with different meats and things. This is going to be really good for those cold and other times, when it gets colder. So this is beautiful. I'm really thankful for the squash. And all throughout my garden, there is a lot of different winter squash growing. I just ate and cut one of my butternut squash. Oh, it was so. Have you eaten butternut squash from the garden? And it's not overripe. It's just right. And it's so tender. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Monica. It is so good. I just had it with some salmon, some baked salmon, and that with some broccoli. Oh, delicious. I had that yesterday. And the cucumbers have been coming in. It's the cucumbers, the salads. It's just been really a good, enjoyable um, eating time here in my garden. Yes, pickled some last week, and it was good. That's good, retired gardener. Yes. Deborah, how you doing? What are you doing? Did I mention any of the things that Sonia says the tomato is going to be so good. Yes, Sonia. Monica says it was growing ginger and turmeric indoors. I was able to harvest from both, so I put them outdoors because I want an abundance. Monica, you've been busy, girl. You've enjoyed your time. shampoo ginger, G Mama. Oh, I use a slow release organic fertilizer, but was careful to only apply once. Oh. Miss T with the T says, I have broccoli, mustard greens, and garlic at the moment. We'll try to plant some endive soon. I don't know what. Yeah, okay. But that's good, broccoli. I've never tried to grow broccoli. I don't seem to be moved to do that. But the mustard greens, yes. Oh, and you had the garlic. Okay, good for you. Okay, there we go. G Mama says, I grew shampoo ginger this season. It did very well. Shampoo ginger? Okay, G Mama, give us some more understanding about this. So what do you mean by shampoo ginger? Is it to shampoo your hair with? Or can you also cook with it? Or what's up with the shampoo ginger? And is, oh, fancy lettuce. Oh, okay. Thank you for informing me. All right, T. Thank goodness G Mama's here. She knows that sometimes when I don't know what that is, I'm like, what? That's why we're growing together. Hallelujah. Wow. Dragon and cucumbers. Wow, G Mama. G Mama likes the exotic. She likes the heirloom. She likes the different. Why be ordinary with just little pickled cucumbers? No. I see my Paul Robeson seeds last week. That's good, Deborah. Even Deborah is launching out. Deborah has become the true gardener also. Yes, shampoo ginger is edible and shampoo can be used for hair and skin. Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, it is hot here. Whew. Oh, G Mama says, I'm really enjoying the patty pans. I have dragon eggs, cucumbers on the vine now. Yes, patty pans. My patty pans are growing, and I have vines all over the place. It is going to be like a scavenger hunt when I start to pull down the vines, because right now they're getting a lot of powdery mildew on some of the areas, some of the patches. So I'm going to harvest those fruit and clean the area from the powdery mildew. Um, and I cut back on the parts of the areas where the zucchini is, because that was dying back as well. So the garden is going through its changes. And but at this point right now, I've decided to just let everything do whatever it wants to do. I haven't really been as diligent in the garden as I should be. But I will be, because I've got my mums here that are just starting to open up and bloom, and I need to get me some more mums. I am excited. I'm going to rearrange the front garden, the front, and put the mums out. Um, and I have some other flowers that are there, but I'm going to pull up a lot of stuff and just make the front look as beautiful as possible. Um, that's my intention, and I'm going to do that next week. I wanted to get a little cooler, and I'm hoping that it will rain, because it's so nice when you plant things in the rain. I love mums. Yes, you love mums. I do too. And they're ordinary, but they're just so beautiful. Those mums are pretty. I saw. Yes. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Miss Catherine in chat. You love mums too, Sonia? Yeah, I just love them. They're ordinary plants. They're not so fancy, but they just add so much color. I just love them. My mums are starting to bloom. They struggled in the beginning. Okay, G Mama. Yes, it is a nice thing. Hi, Sonia. Brampton is saying hello to everybody. All right, the other thing I want to show you is this. Remember I talked to you about my multi-branched sunflower? Well, now they have the seeds in there. and the squirrels and other critters did not get them yet. So I have all of these. I was able to harvest them, and you can actually see some of the seeds here. So that's my next task. Some of them actually dropped out of have already fallen out. But I have all of, oops, I have all of these. Yep. So I'm gonna have these sunflowers. This particular, I love this sunflower because it was multi-stemmed. And it was this is all from one stalk, and it had many, many blooms, many flowers. Yeah, so um, I'm going to gather those seeds and plant them out because it did so well for me. Let me see. I thought I had one seed here that I could show you. Yeah, so that is something that I am so excited about. I am excited about gathering seeds. And I also gathered some carrot seeds. I had grown carrots last year. I overwintered them. They flowered this year, and I have the seeds. And I was going to show you that, but I put them down below, and so I didn't bring them up here. But I wanted to show you what it looked like. So I want to gather those seeds as well. Now, I haven't had like a lot of success in growing, um, yeah, nice sunflower heads. Yes, G Mama. In growing carrots. But I figured that if these carrots were able to grow in my own garden, if I seed my own carrot seeds in the ground, that hopefully they will then mature and, do what they're supposed to do. But even still, I love the carrot heads. I love the flowers of the carrots. So I think that a lot of, because they're really, really brown, I think that it might self-sow as well. And it would just look pretty. I just love how it looks over there with that at the time when it was looking pretty. Right now it's a big of everything. Everything's just large and in charge, and everything is just trying to outdo one another in my kitchen garden area. But the kale is coming back. I had cut back my kale, and now it's shooting out some fresh green leaves, and I've been eating that with my salads and mixing it with the collard greens. Yeah, the collard greens now, the leaves are so huge, so I've cut back the collard green leaves, and I'm starting to put them, gather them. I'm rinsing them off, and I'm putting them in the freezer so that I can use them to cook with in the winter time. So I'm starting to freeze my harvest, of the greens and things. But the collard greens can grow even through the winter, and that is what had happened last year. Um, Earlier in the winter, um, I was able to harvest collard green leaves too, and kale. Yeah, because they love cold weather. They can handle the cold weather. So it was nice to have them. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Where are you all? What are you saying? Um, I have trouble finding colors I like on mums. I'm not into fall colors. They look awful with my front door. Oh, that's too bad. Uh, but maybe, they have light colors too. My husband brought one, and it was like a pinkish color, like a deep, like rose pink color. So they are trying to move away a little bit from the fall colors that we know of, the autumnal colors. So you might be able to find something, Brampton, in your area. There's always the white ones, right? Hey, how you doing, Thelma? Hello, Sis Catherine. A tad late, but here. Hello, beautiful chat. Yay! Yankee sister, who said is with us? Mm-hmm. I let the birds have my sunflower seeds. The plant was a volunteer. Oh, how generous of you, Deborah. I didn't, the birds can have they have plenty to eat in my garden. The birds camp out there. You know what they love? A lot of the yellow finch and some of the others. Catherine, you tickle me. We are you. What are you saying? I know. You got to keep the chat rolling. Otherwise, I'm wondering, where's everybody? Where's everybody? I can't see you. You can see me. But you talk to me through the chat. I read the chat. I read what you say. And then people know what you're saying. And then also, I find that style actually works when you're watching the replay. Because I say well, Monica said, I'll say, well, Monica says, Catherine, you tickle me. Or where are you? What are you saying? Yes. So people know that there's a conversation going on here. It's not just me talking to myself about stuff. Yes. Okay, what else is said? Uh, G Mama says, I don't know why, but I'm becoming particular for curly kale. It's hitting different. Yes, curly kale is good. Now, I tried to grow, G Mama, some of the dinosaur kale, and the little worms, the bud worms, or whatever they call them, chewed up that like, I'm like, what is going on here? And then I discovered them. But the curly kale seems to be a little bit more tougher, but yet good. And I think it's all too in the seasoning as well. When I put the curly kale can be a little bitter sometimes, but when you mix it with other things, and then you put a good dressing on it. And what I've been using for dressing uh, is um, is olive oil and salt and garlic. My salt garlic, oh, it's so good. Yes, I just drizzle all, and I'm so surprised because before, when I had salad dressing, it would have to be like a creamy something, like creamy Italian or blue cheese. I loved the creamy kind of salad dressing. But now I'm into the olive oil with salt and pepper and a little garlic and seasoning on it. Oh, just mix it up. Oh, it's so delicious. Yes, mixed greens are my favorite, says G Mama. That's right. It is so good. It is so good. And the retired gardener says, yum. And the retired gardener says, awesome. uh, uh, Let me see. What else are you all saying? But yes, and my basil. I don't know if you watched my video. By the way, thank you all for watching my last video. Those of you who watched my last video, thank you for watching it because I don't know, my editing it wasn't working for me and I was really frustrated, but I said, what the heck, I'm going to still send it out there. So for those of you who watched it, thank you very much. I appreciate it and I plan to do better. Hopefully my editing will get better. But I did show you that I had my basil, right? I had the basil in the white long container. And it was starting to look a little like it needed some chlorophyll or whatever. So I had got me some potting soil. So I divided them into threes and I up-potted them and added some fresh soil. And right now I'm getting some real nice leaves here on my basil and it smells so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this up again, and while we still have these warm days, let the basil get larger because each stem is a plant, It's just that I just put all of the seeds in, and I just love it bunched like this. And I've been cutting the basil and just adding it into the salad. I actually did that with one of my salads. Just cut up the basil and sprinkled it into the salad with the the pepper, with the jalapeno pepper, and so forth, and these little cherry tomatoes with some spinach. I bought the spinach though from the store. I have to admit, but the other ingredients were from my home, home garden. And was that salad tasty? Oh my goodness. Cucumber. I grated the cucumber, um, you know, so that it was thin. And it's just, it was so delicious. I made a lot of it and I saved it and ate some the next day. And it was so good. The fake hoop thing? Fake hoop thing. What are you talking about? Is that tiger melon? What? I want a hula hoop. Rachel, sounds like a fun exercise. Dexter thinks I've lost my mind. Oh, okay. It's one of your videos. Okay. Oh, you're doing your hula hoop workout while you watch the video. All right. At least you're doing two things at once. You're utilizing your time wisely. Good for you. That basil is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Thelma. Yankee Sister Homestead. Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to get a good pesto recipe so that I can have the basil in the form of pesto. But I'm also going to put some in the freezer as well. And I think it will be good fresh, because you put into the freezer, then I'll be able to use it with teas, like teas. Deborah says, I bring my basil in and overwinter them on my windowsill. I have fresh basil all year. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. The only thing is I don't like the bugs. I don't seem to get into my soil. Um, who's that? Mhm. Anyway, I'm really, you know who we have to thank? G Mama Grows. G Mama Grows, I want to thank you for recommending the basil in the tea, and actually even telling us that you wanted this year to have an herbal tea garden. And I just want to tell you that thank you for that, because I've really been enjoying my mints with the teas. And it's because right at the beginning, right, when we were talking about planning, I have to bring up my journal. Right at the beginning, when we were talking about having an herbal garden, an herbal tea garden, we talked about basil. And so I also bought some cinnamon basil. And right now it's blooming, and I want to save the seeds of the cinnamon. G Mama is the shout out. I want to save the seeds for the cinnamon basil, and I noticed the seeds developing. So yes, I do want to shout you out with the basil, the cinnamon basil, and putting basil in our teas, in the teas. It just tastes so good. And then I add to it with the mint. I've been creating apple mint with the basil, and then I would put like a little squeeze of lemon and honey, the clover honey. Oh, so good, so good. Um, what is being said? What is Brampton saying? I have trouble typing even when I'm sitting still, so I'm doing voice to text. Oh, okay. G-Mom is the shout out. Yes, I put them in water and they root out for the next season. Oh, that's how you do. All right, Deborah. I might try that. Thank you for that suggestion. But I have the the basil seems to grow really well for me. Nice, thanks. I find basil delicious in tea. Oh, that cinnamon basil is the best. You love it, yes. And I have it growing in different parts of the garden. So it's going to be really good to see if it will self-seed on its own. Because I think um, Brampton, basil seeds are super annoying to harvest. They take forever. Oh, but you, Rachel, said that they can self-seed, right? Um, because if they're of the same family as um, purple perella, my purple perella self seeds on its own, and it's hard to gather the seeds, but they self seed everywhere. And so what I do is, if I want to add a little purple to the mix, I just take up the little transplant and put it in a different part of the garden to add some color to the garden. But no, I've never had them self seed. Oh, okay. Oh, you never had them self. What is it that you had self seed? Oh, it was 4 o'clock. That's what you said. Self seeded all over the place. Yeah, Brooke is not with us, but Brooke has some beautiful 4 o'clocks. I know that's not a vegetable. And we're really talking about vegetables pretty much today. But anyway, yeah, so NY daughter wants to eat them in boba. I'm like, you can harvest them then. Okay. But anyway, yeah, so I have been looking at my journal and I have decided that I want to do some fall gardening. Yes, I have 4 o'clocks forever. You do? You too, Yankee sister. So I'm going to be sharing that with you all. For the fall gardening, I've actually started to seed out my microgreens. If you have those microgreen seeds from the Dollar Tree, now is a good time to to sow them in the garden or sow them in containers, and you will be able to have your spring greens. But it won't be spring greens, it will be fall greens. You know what I'm saying, right? Your spring mix and fresh greens for salads. We were talking about salads, so that's what I wanted to share with you. That's what I'm doing. And you know what? They sprouted like in 2 days because the soil is warm and the air is warm and everything. And I'm also growing some other veggies too. So just heads up, if you have microgreens, you like the bok choy and the kale and the cabbage and so forth, you can actually sow them now in your ground if you have an empty plot, and you will have really great spring greens, well, fall spring greens. Do, I do more microgreens during the winter months, yes. And they taste delicious. I enjoyed them. You know, all of the plants that grow well, or vegetables that grow well in the spring, like for example, kale, cabbage, um, the bok choy, those kinds of greens and so forth, they will do well now going into the fall because they can handle the cold. They can handle a little chill. And you can have fresh greens all the way into late fall. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And I will let you know more about it in the next couple of months, what my success is. So get ready for that. And then, of course, so I've been using my journal, the Intentional Garden Journal, to actually think through this. And if you have your journals, don't forget to take pictures of your garden, or um, print out some of the pictures and put them in your journal to remind you of what you've been growing, um, and how you've come this far. I started to look back. I was flipping through my phone We were on the same mind while typing, G Mama. What was she saying? I do more microgreens during the winter months. Yes, microgreens are a go-to even through the winter. Yes, says Thelma. Yankee Sister says, we were on the same mind while typing, G Mama. Yes, you all are winter greens eaters of microgreens. I make so many. I purchased a couple of microgreen trays, and now I want bigger ones. Oh, so you actually do the whole process of microgreens, cutting them like that. The sprouts. You go through that process. Now I'm for some reason I like it better as the small leaves. You know, like the spring green salad type. Yes, I like it like that because I just want to eat it like a salad. I want more to it. But either way, it's a really nice way of getting a salad mix and extending your vegetables and your harvesting. Yeah, so it's a good thing. And then of course, I'm going to write out about the winter sowing as well. You know, the winter sowing. Have you been gathering seeds? And there's so much to do right now. The seed gathering, the planting, the harvesting. Yes, I cut the tops and share with Oreo. Okay, that's nice. Um, there's so much, and then soon we'll be gathering the leaves together. But in the meantime, we're in that just middle space, right? Right before the weather really decides to get cooler. Um, so it's like shifting back and forth, back and forth. So you get a little summer, a little winter, to remind you that the fall, fall breeze coming through. And I'm looking forward to apple picking. Yes, my apple tree gave me a few apples, um, and the birds and the squirrels got the rest. But it's just really great. The greens grow in my garage last winter. Had good sized leaves. My grandson loved them. Oh, that's good, Tama. That is so good. Well, that is pretty much it. Let me just show you my Gee, Mama, gardens are me. Thank you so much, Beverly. You are definitely a fan. Thank you. I could do that dance too. Thank you so much, Beverly. Yeah, and you are an inspiration as well. You are an inspiration on this channel. Everyone just gives so much, and when you all come on, you are there in the chat. You share information. You keep it rolling. You keep the chat going. It makes me happy. I have you have 7 red apples, Thelma. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm working on, um, finding a way to get the the different bugs and things. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out the sprays and so forth. But in the meantime, it's pretty, and it's growing. I think as the fruit trees get stronger, they'll get better. But the thing is is that I'm going to go apple picking soon. I'm so excited. It's September. You're going to have apple cider and all of that stuff. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Yes. So, we're going to grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow together. Welcome, T. So nice to have you stop in and see us here and be with us here in the chat. And everyone else that has come, so good to see you. Let me just show you my mums before I end. See my beautiful mums? Isn't it beautiful? Do you see my beautiful moms? It was a good deal at Lowe's, I think. two for, yeah. This is the third year I covered each apple with mesh. You did? Congratulations. Do you all know that Thelma she's just been such a wonderful, wonderful gardening community friend to everybody. And the moms are beautiful, yes. They are gorgeous, and I love them all like that together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as I say, fix up the front. So look forward to showing you. Lowe's was selling during the um, Labor Day weekend. They had two for $12, $6 a piece. Um, and it was really a good buy. But people, if you look around, you'll see some other deals going on with the moms. So just continue. Yeah, Lowe's. These are my mums from Lowe's that I had. And then also your tulip bulbs and daffodils are out too. I have to go and get some of that. So there's so much to do. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming and joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Here, Casa has the huge ones for $15, says Brampton. Yes. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right, Catherine's Garden and Home. And G Mama says, this is the time, Yankee sister. You won't find them after September. Even the grocery stores have them out. Yes, grow, grow, and get your mums. I also have mums for $3.99. That's right. Grow, grow, Deborah. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Catherine's Garden and Home. In Catherine's Garden and Home. Yeah, yeah. Catherine's Garden and Home. Grow, grow, Beverly. Gardens of me. Grow, grow, G-Mama grows hard in the garden. Grow, grow, Deborah. Grow, grow, Yankee sister. Grow, grow, retired gardener. Grow, grow, everyone. Grow, grow, Rachel. Along with Dexter helping you. Grow, 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 grow together. Yeah, with Sonia, my moderator. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, grow, tea, let's have some to eat. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's Garden and Home. And of course with Monica. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's Garden and Home. Did I get everybody? Did I say everyone? And all of you that are watching the replay, grow, 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 grow together. Whew, it's hot out here. I'm going to go and get me something cool to drink. Thank you so much for joining me here on this wonderful Wednesday in September. And thank you for sharing with me what you are growing in your garden and what you've been harvesting. And Monica has definitely been one of the stars of this show today with all the things that she has been growing. And Bev and Monica, we should have a contest. And Deborah is not far behind with G Mama Grows is just in a league of her own with her exotics. Yes. So you all are doing so good. And Sonia, you know that you just so special. So good night to everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for coming and visiting with us. And have a wonderful, wonderful time in your garden. Enjoy your garden. And thank you for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Bye. Peace and blessings, everyone. Enjoy life, yes. And to those who watch the replay, like Auntie Ellen, thank you so much. There's a lady named Marion who also watches. I don't see Yashid, you see Yami, but we miss you. And our other people too. Rambo, check out Rambo's channel as well. And Brooke, yes, grow, grow, grow together. All of us, all of our family, our, our gardening family. We miss you and we're thinking of you and have a wonderful, blessed evening. Bye.